We're going to be talking about Facebook and your parent, dude. I'm so happy you got Facebook partnership. It's not really partnership, but I'm so happy for you.
Thanks, man. I know we just talked about my channel, but we're going to look at it again. So, because there's lots of cool stuff to unpack here today.
We should look at it again, and that's a reason why you should use Restream, play advertisement. It's sponsored by Restream. Why live stream to one platform when you can simultaneously live stream to every platform to discover new audiences faster using Restream.io? All right, Ross, introduce the episode. Go, go, go.
Your daily drop today is how to get fan subscriptions and in-stream ads fast. Andrew Perrin, sir, are you going to share your deep, dark Facebook gaming secrets with the rest of the class today? I'll share everything that I know, and I want to go through kind of the process as I've learned it. You know, that's been the experiment here on the Digital Drop podcast with Facebook Gaming. And I want to educate you guys with the process so you know what to expect, you know what you're working towards. So first of all, real quick, we've covered this before, but let's do it again. The requirements for both in-stream ads and fan subscriptions. I'm starting with in-stream ads here, and I have it up on the screen. You need to get 30,000 in 1 month, and this will unlock in-stream ads for you. And if you can see here, I've gotten a little bit over. So Facebook will notice this, and they'll assess it at the end of a weekly period, at end of every weekly period. So I actually got this early, so you don't have to wait till the end of the month. You just have to wait till you hit the number, and then basically like the Sunday of that week of that weekly period, then you should have it unlocked. The second requirement is, and let's move on over to my loyalty tab here, is returning viewers. So you need to have at least 240 returning viewers in a week. I actually needed, I hit 243 in 1 week, and then I actually needed to go through a second week again before I got it. So you might not get it the very first week you hit the number. You may have to wait till the end of the second week. But again, it's at the end of a weekly cycle, and this is automated. So you don't have to get a personalized invite. You don't have to have some admin or some, figure at Facebook Gaming to send you a manual invite. This is an automated process. If you guys look,
thank God. I mean, getting a human being to manually review stuff like this can take months. I've seen tales of people on Twitch's subreddit. It takes them for freaking ever to get a reply from anybody. They're like, I've met the requirements for 3 months. Where's my partnership? And some people never get it for arbitrary reasons because some human being at the company decided they didn't deserve it. So this is awesome that it's automated.
Yeah, I mean, you have lots of different stories of Twitch where like some people get partnered really easily, and then some people it's so different, and that's because it's a manual process and it's up to the discretion of the people working at Twitch. This is actually built entirely into Facebook's system, so you know what you're going for. And if they change it, they tell you. Like they just changed the requirements and lowered the 240 returning viewer number recently. So whenever you do have, or whenever you have met those requirements and you think that you're eligible, you can check, and I took a screenshot here because my layout does not look like this anymore. You can check on your monetization tab on the overview section. It will tell you whether or not you're eligible, right? So whenever I was unlocked, it said, hey, in-stream ad, your page qualifies, and fan subscription, you can apply right now. You click get started and go through the process on each one of those. I was done with those in less than an hour, and everything was approved. Like there was a period of time, I think, for ads where I applied and they said they would email me back. They didn't actually email me back. They just approved it right away. So that must be there to catch people who they do want to manually review. So there might be a manual review component for in-stream ads, but if your channel is safe enough, I guess, you'll just automatically get in from there. So, and then fan subscriptions. So let me show you guys how I was able to walk through that process. You have to do kind of the normal stuff like set up your pay method, things like that as well. And they have to read and agree to their terms. But this is technically not partnership. If you guys look on my page, let me view as a visitor here. I'm still listed as a level up creator. I'm not a partner. So there is a difference. Whereas on a place like Twitch, in order to get subscriptions, you have to be a partner, which means you sign an agreement. And also you have to do that in order to get revenue from them, not with Facebook. With fan subscriptions and in-stream advertising, you do not need to to be partnered or to sign an agreement. You just have to agree to their terms of service for it and the rules and the community guidelines. But there's no exclusivity clause. There's no contract or anything like that.
So it's kind of like all of the benefits of partnership, but without any of the drawbacks of partnership. So you could still do a Restream.io strategy if you wanted to, multi-streaming strategy, while you essentially have partnership on Facebook Gaming. Is that basically what you're saying? It's not called partnership, but it's essentially partnership, right?
Correct. As far as I understand it, and I went down through all the terms and read through them pretty extensively, I did not see anything that would compete with that idea. And I was specifically looking for, hey, I'm Restreaming. I want to make sure that this is going to work here. I am not partnered. I just have fan subscriptions enabled, and I just have advertising enabled. So there's a difference. And one of the differences, I think, and I'm not 100% on this, but if we go to my fan subscriptions, you know, in the beginning, you guys remember how with fan subscriptions, they advertise you could edit the amount that you would charge for your fan subscriptions? You can't actually do that with the basic level of fan subs. I believe whenever you become partnered, you can. Whenever you become partnered, you can change that price, and it's a little bit different. I'm not 100% on that, but that would be my best guess as to when that happens. So this is what a subscription looks like. You can customize it, and you can pick and choose what your benefits are. The supporter badge is default, and you can't change this because this is a function that's built into Facebook. Users can actually remove they can support, and if they don't like the badge, they can remove it. Also, supporter badges are cumulative. So if you support for like 2 months, it will say supporter +1 on your badge. So if you guys, it's the same thing as resubs. It counts up the number of months that you've been supporting a specific streamer, which I thought was really, really cool. What else here? Exclusive content. So you now have the ability to choose to send posts only to subscribers, and you can do with that whatever you want. You can, same with live videos. I didn't do this necessarily. I didn't have a plan to do live shows just for subs yet. And I also don't have any products for discounts, so I didn't choose that as well. But I did choose supporter only games because that fits with what I've been doing with my stream. And it allows you to create an exclusive supporter group. I think this is just a normal Facebook group that is just set up already to be exclusive, and it automatically invite supporters who subscribe to your fan subs.
And most importantly, I assume it boots people that have not renewed. So it gives a cost for not renewing your fan subscriptions. I assume you get kicked out. They should be kicked out. So if it automates that,
but yeah, I would believe that would be the case. Yeah,
that's great. So it's basically like a Discord bot, similar to something like you get with a Patreon strategy, but it's built directly into Facebook. So you don't have to set up any extra integrations for that. That's pretty convenient.
That is.
Yeah, I like that too, and so I'm gonna do some work and test out to see, you know, what I can do with that group, starting today. So this is the basic fan subscription page that becomes unlocked once you have it. Up here, this is the most important thing. All the documentation says use this link, post it everywhere. This is your main link that people go to, and if we actually like copy paste it here, you guys can get an idea of where it sends you. If I go to this, it will load up my become a supporter page here, and I don't know where you have my camera, but hopefully you can see it, and you can actually test this process out. A little trick, you see how I have an arbitrary number up here? You can actually, if you want to change this link, it's the same as putting your page name up here as well. So this is like a little advanced strategy that I found. Don't use the arbitrary number. You can actually put your page in there, and it's a little bit healthier of a link. People know where they're going to go. So I would highly recommend doing that. And I can even...
So this video that we're seeing, it's not loading, but this video on the screen is like a custom uploaded video from, it looks like from your phone maybe or something. I don't know. It's in vertical format, but I assume you're recording a custom video to invite people and tell them about the benefits of becoming your fan subscriber. And then it goes from there.
So this is the promotional video, and the thank you video is like the huge difference maker that Facebook adds to fan subscriptions. And this is so that your call to action to subscribe is much better. Let me edit videos, because this is what the interface looks like whenever you go to upload. You have a promotional video and a thank you video. They give you tips on what this should be, but it is vertical. And I can show you why. I think let's discard any changes there. If we preview the subscription, I won't be able to show it because this will actually just send it to my phone. But if you were to preview on mobile, it's the mobile phone format. It puts the benefits underneath your head. So you want to center your head at the top of the frame as if it were a cell phone video, because most people are going to be viewing this experience on mobile. So you want to make sure that it's designed well for that. And they highly suggest that you do that. I actually recorded mine with my camera and I just trimmed it to be vertical instead. And you want it to be 60 to 90 seconds. And you want to talk about what your benefits are. You won't be able to hear this, but I made a quick recording. Mine's about 80 seconds long or so. And just try to make like an emotional appeal for people to subscribe, plus tell them about the benefits. The only thing I've found here,
this sounds very similar to like a strategy like Patreon, like the invite, whenever you land on anybody's Patreon page, you want to do a 1 to 2 minute long pitch of here's what this means to me. Here's what the money actually means to me. Here's where your money will go to when you actually support me and what benefit that'll provide the page. And then here are the benefits that you'll get in return for your money. And then that's the end of the video. It sounds like that's essentially what this is. It's a mini Patreon.
Yeah, I definitely drew some inspiration there, especially having gone through Peter Holland's courses where he talks about this kind of stuff. And when you're going to make your fan video, make sure it's short and sweet. I spent the most time in mine doing the emotional appeal, talking about like how much this means, how I'm inviting my community to come along on like this journey of being a creator with me. And this is one of those steps where they can be included. And so be true to yourself. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable or emotional in it. And I made sure I wanted to record this while I still kind of had the feeling of just getting fans subscriptions. So I went ahead and recorded it last night. I'll probably re-record when I get a new camera, so it's a little higher quality. But the quality doesn't matter so much on Facebook as so much as, the audio quality can matter a little bit, but also just what you say, how you say it, and how you appear on screen. So I try to be as genuine as possible with it. I recommend doing the same. And you can so like I said, you can upload and you have to do a thank you video as well. And the thank you video obviously plays after they've subscribed, and you can thank them with like a heartfelt thank you or give them additional information on what to do afterwards. Here's the interesting thing is after you have both of those, there's something called a promotional post. And this, and all the different documentation, and Facebook actually has like a good bit of stuff to help you on your way. Like they sent me a notification with this huge webinar here, unlocking fan subscription success, with like a bunch of different videos on exactly what you should do, like plan a launch day for it, how to promote your subscription, where to use your link, how to plug your link into your live streams, etc., how to keep fans. So I highly recommend going through all of this. But the part that stood out was the promotional post. And let me pull this up here because this says exactly what the benefits are. For like one time only, I think it's one time only, during the onboarding process. So right after you upload the promotional video and the thank you video, you get to send out a post that attaches your promotional video, and it goes to the newsfeed. It automatically attaches a subscribe button to it, and it'll send a notification out to your most engaged fans, and it will appear in relevant videos across Facebook. This is like the way that they talked about this in the webinar was like, this was super special treatment. They're like, you're welcome. They actually said like, you're welcome in the webinar. Like this was some sort of like superior algorithm treatment for this video. And I believe them. So I didn't actually test that yet because I wanted to show you all this feature, and I'm going to test it here today to see how it works out.
What? You're going to do it live? You're going to do it live? You're going to do it live?
Do it. I could do it live. I need you guys to help me write the copy for it.
Let's do it live right now. Oh my God. Yes. So hit the button and then I'm going to go sub to you. I know Nate, one of your top fans, is watching the show live right now. You're going to make your fan subscriptions live right now and get premium algorithm push there. That's interesting. I wonder if you can advertise this too. That would be really interesting. If you could advertise your fan subscriptions to people that already like your page as an ad, like boost the post. That would be cool.
Yeah. Here's another thing. So if you notice a thumbnail on mine is like super crappy, my eyes are closed, I'm in mid-sentence. If you go to create a promotional post, you can edit the thumbnail over here like any normal video. So I can choose like a thumbnail where maybe I look like a little bit more like coherent without my eyes closed. We'll just pick like a decent frame of me looking at the camera, I guess. Or I could have created my own. There are actually two places to do the promotional video. So you can do it from this interface, and let me see if I can find the other one. Let's close this.
You don't have to do it live if you want to make a custom thumbnail. No pressure.
Well, I also am going to want to think of the copy, and it's probably going to take too long to do in this episode. And as much as I did actually want to send it, but I didn't have the time to pre-do the copy and paste it.
It's okay. We got a link in the description of the YouTube video version and also on DLive and Facebook where people can go check out your page and go see your fan subscription button implemented.
The other area that you can do it is, so if I go back to overview, it says build awareness with a promotion post. So you see how like they highlight, they really want you to do this step, like do a promotional post, and it's in multiple different places on how to do it. And if I click create post here, it actually sends me to a different area to do this. And it sends me back to my page, and I can create promotional post here. And actually I think this might be the better place to do it, because the other one is just going to attach mine as a normal video. I don't know. I probably will do it from the creator dashboard and not from here if this looks a little bit older. So there are two different ways to get to it. I'm going to try to do it from the actual fan subscriptions page, because this one's actually edited in Creator Studio. The last thing for fan subscriptions that I wanted to cover is stickers. I don't have any yet, but and I wanted to get some before I announce, but I'll probably just go ahead and announce anyway and then update this later. But you can upload custom stickers, a maximum of 16. They can be 16 by 16, 32 by 32, or 240 by 240. They can have text on it. And yeah, this is like your equivalent of custom subscription emojis like you would have on Twitch, except they can actually be a little bit bigger and a little bit more detailed than they would be on Twitch. So this is pretty huge for your branding. I'm going to need to look into getting a designer's help for my channel with this at some point to upload.
Nancy Teeple. We got Nancy Teeple. She's who I recommend. She did all the TG and Chibi graphics, and she does these emojis like a freaking champ. You should just use Nancy.
I probably will.
Yeah.
So that's another benefit as well. And yeah, so this is what the page looks like, guys. This is when you have fan subscriptions. This is everything you can do at this level, at least before you're partnered. And these are the steps you need to take. It's very good at walking you through everything you need to do, like step by step, checklisting them off. It's very simple. Like I said, it took me less than an hour, and I even read through a good bit of like the terms of services and community guidelines, although some of those I'd already read in the past before. I want to quickly go over to, you guys have any questions on that first before I head over to in-stream ads?
I want to know, just really quick, for folks that haven't listened to every episode of our show before this, how quickly did you go from close to zero to now getting basically partnership on Facebook? I mean, basically Twitch partnership, but on Facebook. How quickly did that happen? And what did you do to accelerate your progress? Just a quick rundown.
It took less than 3 months, but really it took 2 weeks, because if you look at if I'm going to bring up my minutes viewed here, and you can get a really, really nice picture of this, I was streaming Star Citizen pretty unsuccessfully, and I might have eventually grown enough to get all of these benefits. But when I made the decision to swap and stream a mobile game, you can see the difference maker here, right? When I started branching out and I started trying Free Fire, and then I tried PUBG Mobile, and then I hit Mobile Legends, and it was the 2 weeks I've been playing Mobile Legends for 14 days of streaming. And it was those 2 weeks, in that 2 week span, everything I did before that didn't really matter. Those 2 weeks, no matter what I had done beforehand, that's what got me partnered, was streaming that game specifically for 2 weeks. And as we discussed in past episodes, bringing my unique appeal. So bringing like my controller. I was playing it with an Xbox controller. I'm brand new to the game. I'm a complete newbie and I'm learning from my audience. So I interact with them a lot. I invite them to play with me a lot. It's a very interactive stream experience where people can participate. I do giveaways on stream as well. All of those things combined, with all the other things we've taught on the Digital Drop podcast, in the history of the Digital Drop podcast, tried to apply as many of those tenets as I possibly could. In 2 weeks, basically, went from 0 to having fan subscriptions and having in-stream ads. And that's way faster than I've ever heard of this happening for anybody, except for like the first early days of Twitch.
Yeah, it's basically unheard of. And one of our fans, Mr. Kasla, he went from 0 to partnership like this, or whatever you want to call it. They need to come up with a good name for it in a matter of just like a couple months. And then also, there's also another guy named Ginge Dad. I was chatting with on Facebook Gaming last night, who's checking out our podcast. He's also got these features enabled, and he's about the size of your stream as well. And he got started relatively recently too. So folks that are doing all of these best practices, they're taking Facebook gaming seriously, are growing really quickly. And the beautiful thing, obviously quadruple check your contract with Facebook. Make sure whatever you've agreed to, there's no exclusivity, but you can still use Restream to multi-stream to Twitch, to YouTube, to Periscope if you want to DLive, to any other platform out there. You don't have to go exclusive to our knowledge. Double check what you've agreed to, of course. And so if you want to use Restream.io, we're live on Twitch, DLive, Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope right now with this podcast. Link in our bio, also the description below. And you can use code DROP25, 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 no space, to get 25% off Restream.io, so you can restream everywhere. And when you restream everywhere, guess what happens? You end up discovering platforms like Facebook Gaming, where you can get basically partnered in no time flat, whereas you could have been grinding on Twitch for, 3, 4, 5, forever before you got partnership. So Restream.io, they sponsor us, and we highly recommend them. And Perrin, do you plan to still use Restream, even though you're quote-unquote partnered?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not deterred from doing so through Facebook, and now I can earn a lot more revenue on Facebook. So, I mean, now the strategy really makes sense. Like, why not include Facebook? Because you can unlock the biggest revenue feature that exists on streaming platforms, which is subscribers, because subscribers is the biggest revenue generator on Twitch. So you can access that on Facebook while still going after platform. Like, if you really want to stream Twitch and you really want to, be a Twitch streamer, it still makes sense to restream to Facebook too, because it's going to get you a lot more quickly. And it's going to allow you to fund your attack at Facebook to try to grow, your attack on Twitch to try to grow on Twitch. Like now, I mean, I've been very, very slowly getting followers on Twitch, but now I've got a revenue stream that I can keep going, and like I can keep restreaming to Twitch and keep trying to make a run at Twitch without grinding for no reason. Like, I'm actually making progress somewhere else too. So I think restreaming with Facebook like this is a no-brainer and a requirement now, because otherwise you're looking at streaming to Twitch for multiple years with no resources. So unless you're already rich and you can just fund yourself doing this for years, which most people can't, I would highly recommend the strategy. I think like nothing else really makes sense. You may as well do this. Why not do it at this point? Because there's so much growth here, and you're not locked into anything specific, even when you unlock the revenue generation features. Like, just to reiterate, I'm not partnered with Facebook. I'm still just a level up creator, but I have in-stream ads and fan subscriptions without being in any sort of exclusivity agreement or having signed a contract. That said, you do sign away the rights to all your content. Facebook can do whatever they want with it. So,
well, whatever. Who cares?
We kind of knew that going into it, right? So the last thing then is in-stream ads, and I have more to explore here. Right now you see nothing here, because if you actually go to my content library, it says that none of my live streams are monetizable. So I think at this point in time, you cannot do in-stream ads for live stream content. But if you guys remember, Facebook did have an announcement that they are adding a new feature for the like mid-break ad rolls for live streamers that also have like a promotional, the same thing as your promotional video attached to it. So you can add a custom channel trailer to the ad break for your live stream. It sounds like it's an ad break specifically designed for their gaming creators. So that's coming as a feature. That's like a brand new feature that no one else has quite done something quite like that. So we'll see how that turns out. I don't think that can do any revenue from in-stream ads currently in the current format.
Did they give a time frame on that?
No, I didn't. And it'll be probably tested first with their biggest streamers first for a while. So
run regular ads during your live stream. Bad, terrible. Like Twitch streamers, they don't do it. Big Twitch streamers don't do that. It's just not good. That's why Twitch primarily earns their revenue from pre-roll ads, because most streamers aren't going to run mid-rolls or post-rolls because it's terrible for engagement. But if they allow you to run an advertisement to advertise people to become your fan subscriber, absolutely. You know every streamer is going to run that ad at least once an hour to take a break or to just get people to subscribe with a cool trailer. So that sounds like a wonderful feature. Ross, is there anything else that you want to ask Andrew Perrin right now, given that he broke the world record on how quickly you can become partnered on a live streaming platform?
He answered everything that I need to know and more. This is going to be one of those that you're going to have to rewatch to get all the information.
I agree. Ross, take us the hell out of here, because Andrew Perrin, he needs to go live and he needs to go get his first 10 fan subscriptions. Link in the description below. Everybody go become Astral's fan subscriber so that we can see those notifications pop up when he enables it, and he can be a happy man because he's worked very hard for this.
That's right. This was your daily drop. Full replays are now available on YouTube in case you missed any hot tips from Mr. Perrin over here. Subscribe to the audio version on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and every podcasting platform. We will be back tomorrow. Happy creating.